I have my sunglasses, and apparently I have a mohawk too. And I also have a phone and another phone. So now I can keep reading Steven's story. And I still actually want to finish my friend Penny's story, which I haven't read for like 4 or 5 months. I don't know if any of you remember that story. She's a Jungian analyst, or was. I think she's retired now. But the story is about her and one of her patients that she was with, basically on her deathbed. I've never done that so obviously. Deathbed. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's dyslexia or something else, but it came out very naturally. Whoa. Deadbeth. Deadpool? Words? Okay, so what to talk about? Let's talk about thoughts. More specifically, thoughts that are directives for you. Like, for instance, hey Gary, go buy alcohol. Or what else? What other directive thoughts can you have? Hey, whoever out there, your mom is lonely, go call her. She needs some love. Are those two thoughts in the same category? The thought that somebody has that comes in and says, hey, go buy alcohol, or the thought that says, call your mother, she hasn't heard from you in a long time. Are those of the same caliber? Same origin? What's the difference? And also, are thoughts always in words? If you're an English speaker, do you have thoughts come in that are like typewritten out on the cross of the screen of your mind? Because you can think of a tree, right? Do you see the word tree when you think of a tree? You know what I'm saying? Are all thoughts created equal? Because I don't think thoughts, as far as English sentences being piped into your brain, I don't think those are the natural ones. And I don't think the directives are natural either. When I just talk, there aren't thoughts at all. I just simply talk and I know what I'm saying. And I don't have a precog of what I'm going to say. It's just what it is. But if something comes in, say that I don't really want to happen, say I've made a thing. Say, for instance, I don't want to do nicotine. Some of my vices. I don't want to drink. I say, okay, I'm not going to drink. Or I set up the thing. I'm only going to drink socially. And then, at some point, a sly thought or directive sneaks in. And along with feelings, and it can get me to go against my word. So to me, those are external. Those are not so-called me or originating. Those are, whatever they are. I don't give a shit what they are. I can tell the difference though. I'm not interested in going into mechanics of how thoughts could be piped into your head or not. That's barely interesting to me. But the fact that it's coming in and trying to usurp something that I myself set in place, along with a feeling, shows me that there's a very subtle recipe that could be concocted for people, which got me also thinking back to back in the Garden of Eden before, there's always like an infection that comes in. It's not ever the person just all of a sudden on a whim says, oh, hey, I'm sick of heaven. Let's make this into hell. So it makes more sense that the humans are people, are programmed, or they're influenced in some external way that feels like it's themselves, right? And of course, if you haven't done the inner stuff, then you don't know what is or isn't yourself anyway. So if something comes in and screams at you inside of your head, or something comes in and whispers sweet nothings inside of your brain, you don't know whether those are yourself or something external, or you don't even know anything. You just, stuff is happening, and someone is happening for somebody. That seems to be centralized. I'm not trying to get into a bunch of philosophy right now about who am I and all this stuff, which is fun stuff, but that's old stuff. That's stuff that's stuff I went through already. I don't need to go over that again. Just like I had somebody leave a comment on the NPC video talking about solipsism and bringing up Aristotle and this and that, and it's not, that sort of comment isn't relevant to what I'm talking about. That's like, it's something back in the day. But everything builds on itself, and then you move along, and you also go in and out of memory wipes because the system wants to keep you here and stuff. So you as you're progressing through you're gonna do this phenomenon that's called like a couple steps forward, a couple steps backward. It's like you're walking on ice or something. You walk forward, you slide back, and then you walk forward and then you slide back. You do that 100 times, and then finally you see that there's another path off to the left that might have slightly better grip for your feet, so you're gonna go try that for 100 times. It's something like that. That's kind of how this realm is. And I'm not dissing the realm for being like that. That's just how it is in my experience. It's a refining, and a refining doesn't mean that, like, all of the stuff that seems so blatantly obvious, like the control structures and this and that, and how things may or may not be fake, and how the whole thing, as you're coming to examine it, it's see, maybe it happened right there. I just slipped back 3 feet on the ice. Perfect illustration of my point. But I still retain, something. That's how that refining is coming. It's like this super fine needle. It's like, it's capturing the whole thing, and it's recording it as is proper to your soul, or your being essence. So in that manner, there isn't any situation where there's just no use for it. It's a refinement. You're in the fire, you're in the crucible, you're getting refined. You don't know exactly why, because your mind has been wiped and stuff. So that's what it is. 8 minutes. See, like, I can go on tangents forever. That's why I don't go out on specific topics very much. I don't go out on hot button topics and things like that, because I could talk about, like, the calluses on my hands for a day or something. Because once you start talking about one thing anywhere, then that's linked up to everything else. So you start playing the dance of association, and then how things interweave and meld into each other, and then also that dance that you're doing goes and bounces off the other person that you're trying to talk to, and then they do their own thing. It's like what Aurora talks about. It's supposed to be a quantum dance that's like that, and that's what makes people happy. That's what makes beings happy, is being able to do that correctly. And then when the other thing is happening, when, say, the vampiring or the parasitism all this, neggy stuff, then you're not doing that. You're not doing this interdimensional, refining, honing dance thing. You're doing something else, That being said, I'll probably have a beer tonight. Even though I'm not feeling like I was before, which was I'm refining my thing. That's the only way I can say it. It's a refining. It's never gonna quit. It's always a bit of dancing with the devil. There's always some of that in there. It is what it is. Refine. Just one. Well, what else? I wanted to do how people can post on their channels some sort of almost like using it like a social media platform where you're just posting like a meme or something. You post words instead of making a video. I almost wanted to do that and ask if anybody had questions for Aurora or Lauda, because they're coming on tomorrow and those videos will be up at some point. But I don't think I'm going to do that because I'm going to do it now. So if you have any questions or comments or any particular issues you'd like us to address, Lauda or Aurora, then leave them down below. And what else is happening? Let's look and see if anything's happening, okay? I don't see any riots. I don't see people dancing in the street. I don't see anybody weaving in and out of traffic like I like. No tidal waves are coming. We're not getting attacked by we're not getting attacked by anybody. Visibly. There may be attacks happening in other ways, but as far as our eyeballs can see, and of course, then again, I don't know what the other people are seeing, so maybe there are other people here who are literally seeing Armageddon happening right here, right now, in the same exact place. Food for thought. There's the old full moon. If you have something for Aurora or Lauda, leave it in the comments. And I'm gonna go because I'm just gonna keep driving. Just keep sitting here and driving, okay? So, peace.